Good evening! My name is Leslie Rodriguez. I'm a comedian and impressionist. I'm Peter from Washington, D.C. You may have heard of the place. It's the nation's capital. Very excited to be taking my Shadow Banter moniker, my first show from Instagram from 3 years ago, to Fireside. Let me tell you what we got in store. I got writers, I got actors, I got musicians, and I got a platform. So let's do this. I am incredibly excited tonight to bring up a friend that met during the pandemic on another social audio app. He is a trill rapper. He is a Vegas resident and a veteran, actually. So, really cool friend, good guy. We're talking about some music we made and see what he's been up to on this first ever, inaugural, also the same thing, episode of Shadow Banter on Fireside. So, let's welcome TempKnight, aka Jamal. Oh man, it's really good to see you. So like last July, I had expressed interest in spitting some bars on some of your newer music, and I had a couple of verses, and you were like, "Yeah, of course, Leslie." I was like, "Oh, that was too easy. I'm a musician." So, first of all, thank you. And it has been so fun, and it was such a fun time. And like, although we did, of course, that night have other adverse technical difficulties.
That was a rough night.
We got it done, and the final was great. And dude, your CD is doing really well. Your album.
Yes, we are at 17K. We're at 20K. PAFS. My boss has heard.
Right? It came out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My boss has heard PAFS. Our boss has heard your bars.
Dude, I play it for everyone. Like, I'm like, that's me. Hi, it's me, Leslie RDZ, rapping on this album.
That's dope.
They were like, "Oh, that sounds like something you would say," and they were very complimentary. They were like, "This guy's good." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
I appreciate it. I'm learning how to love myself. I'm still not used to like people being like, "Oh, you're good."
You're very talented.
I'm more impressed with your verse. Like that is, I think your verse is my favorite verse out of the whole album. Like,
really?
Yes. Like, I have Ozark. No, I have Ozark. Ozark killed it. Ozark's just efficient at rapping. I had Beto, shout out San Antonio, that came through. Texas Love. I had K. The Royce came through. But your verse is iconic to me. I'm like, it is something that you're not really gonna expect, but if you hear it, you're gonna laugh at it. You can't help but to fucking laugh at it. You will laugh at it, and that's the whole point. Is the comic relief out of a dark ass album? It's like killing people, but guess what? Shit's kind of funny, right? Okay, back to killing people.
Everybody always laughs when I said the part about hey man, you might want to chill and just be over here jacking off your chill.
Yeah.
They're like,
hey.
Most people couldn't believe I did it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in comedy. I do think. I love that you were like, write some funny stuff for the album, and I was like, I'm gonna write about fucking some guy's girlfriend.
Exactly.
Go with what you know. Right?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, man, it was a thrill, and I'm just very thankful to you for letting me do it. I got a little.
I had a couple of lesbians that I know that hit me up and were like, "What is this?" I was like, "What it is?" I was like, I will show you her Instagram.
Dude, yeah, like people were like, this is something, Leslie. This is music." But yeah, it's doing the whole album is doing well, and it's very good.
Thank you.
It's comprehensive. It's inclusive of so many songs. You have like 20 songs on it, right?
22.
Shit, that's a lot.
We planned for 19. I was like, fuck it, let me stretch a little bit more at 22.
And how long did it take you to make it?
6 months, 7 months? Because technically Silicon JPEG got written in March of 2022. We recorded 2022. St. Thomas was August, and then it dropped in January. So about 6-7 months, the whole process of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember when we were talking about, you're like, yeah, it's coming out in January. And I was like, man, these things are always, stuff can happen. And you fucking hit that mark. Why don't you tell me what you've been up to?
Aside from doing poetry, because I've been doing open mics, trying to get my confidence up and just perform and just rack up these credits. I got really my feelings was like, you know what? We call it Plug. Plug was like, I got beats. I'm like, I got bars. We end up doing breakfast at Citadel's. I end up leaking it on Instagram for everybody that's heard it. I think you've heard it. I think you've heard both of these new tracks I've made and leaked them, and everyone was like, "Fire!" It wasn't coming out. I was like, "It's not a single. It can't be a single. I can't just drop this shit. I'm doing Psycho Bob.
Yeah.
It's like I gave you a 20-piece masterpiece. I got to give you something at least a little bit more than that." So,
Man, the last time we talked, you were like, I gotta take a break for a while. I'm burned out. The next thing I know, you're putting on more music. I'm like, but this isn't what we talked about. It's like, this is exactly the opposite of that, Temp.
life hit me.
I mean, you can't keep people away from what they're good at. And like, when you got a passion and drive, you gotta get that shit out when you can, you know?
Oh yeah, like it kind of was a thing where I looked at it and I was like, well, you know what? If I stop, but I'm gonna get bored. So I'm like, fuck it, just write. If I don't push shit out, just write. So I want to give you all this EP. I could literally go on my computer now and be like, cool, here's 5 tracks.
Yep.
I don't want to. I'm gonna sit and wait and marinate and just make more shit for y'all, and hopefully
like,
do more shows.
I'm a little instigator. I'm like, do it, do it,
dude.
I'm like the
I
devil.
love the tour. Oh,
no angel, just
Leslie,
like me. Do it.
listening, I might drop. I so want to drop Breakfast at Citadel's so fucking bad. I am talking so much shit on this track. It is wonderful.
So it's a diss track, yeah?
No, I'm just talking shit because I can. Like,
it's what you do best.
Breakfast at Citadel's is more or less like I sat and looked at the community in my city, and I'm like, you know what? Not to say I'm better than you guys, but I feel like I don't have anything to fucking prove. So I'm like, ask about me. Ask anybody about me. Google me, bitch. And that's literally the course. Ask about me. So, like, it worked out. Like, granted, it's hella disrespectful because I'm not from this culture, but I'm like, fuck it. It's whatever. I just gotta go out there and get it. I'm inspiring, like, a couple of the younger guys to do the same shit. They get off making dumb rap music and make some smart shit.
Dude, I am kind of in this. I feel like very similarly about comedy because, I mean, you know, I fuck with puns and wordplay and, like, just like.
Yeah.
That's just the way my brain works. That I'm like thinking, and the person's like, dang, dang, dang. I'm like, and I'm not gonna turn my shit into dang, 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 just to like kind of become like commercial. I like what you're saying about intelligent, high level, like game recognized game, dude. Iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? Like you fuck with people that are on your level that will make you better. And like if and you're not supposed to be for everyone. That's what makes it amazing. There is something for everyone. It's not always you.
True. You know? It's like, why do you want simple shit that is microwave? I'm sitting here making you a 5-course meal and shit. I'm sitting here speaking French and like got you this nice ass Kobe beef steak and shit. And you don't want this shit? You want McDonald's? The fuck?
Dude, Kobe beef is what he had with the helicopter and then it killed him. Like, yeesh.
Yeah. Too soon.
Yikes.
You don't want this nice ass meal? You want this Burger King and shit? I'm serving up like gourmet meals, bro. You don't want this good eating?
Dude, like they want their $1 hamburgers, I guess. But you know what? That makes it even more special when you find a really good crowd that like does appreciate your stuff and like does seek you out. Because that means that you're doing what you're meant to be doing. And I mean, you and I both still have our jabs, but you know that's just a necessary evil. Doesn't mean that you have to make it your life.
Bro, I've been getting diss tracks out of the ass, and I'm just like. That's cute. I'm not gonna respond. That's very cute. I'm not gonna respond. Okay, you.
What are they basically coming for you about?
They're basically coming just off like it's same beef that we discussed earlier that happened last year. I'm just like, mind your business because we're gonna beef on wax. At least if you're gonna beef on wax, at least beef on wax with me in a way that I can at least respond to you in an intelligent manner. I'm not gonna break down and do some dumb shit on wax to where I'm caught up either legally or financially. I'm like, at the end of the day, this is a business. I'm here for the long term. So, and by the way, when I do hit you like Psycho Bob, since Psycho Bob is mostly written as a fuck you to a lot of people, it came off so smoothly you didn't even realize I hit you.
Dude, it's because you're a smooth criminal.
I
Maybe a smooth.
mean, I'm moonwalking. I'm moonwalking on the haters. I'm just like, fuck it.
You're Ewoking on sunshine. You're a little Ewok in a Star Wars movie having a great time.
Yeah, pretty much. But everything's on fire. It's all good.
It's like your attitude is a big part of like I think what makes you successful and makes you continue to be so driven. Is like, I mean, we all have our shit, but for the most part, I think you have a pretty good outlook, man. And I think that at the end of the day, hard work pays off.
I try to. I mean, I have a positive outlook to make dark shit. Like, let's be honest. Psycho Bob is dark.
For those that like don't know or aren't familiar with like trill or like any of the kind of like style, would you give a quick like rundown of what it is? It's pretty dark stuff. Lo-fi dark rap.
So Trill comes out of Texas. It comes out of lean culture. We're mostly the chopped and screwed kids. We're the kids that grew up sipping lean, popping pills, watching fucking drive-bys, watching dumb shit happen. That's Trill culture. That's the South. That's Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. Atlanta has Trill kids too, but it's mostly based around coding culture, which you see a lot of fucked up shit in that, and even just about it. So, oh shit. But when it comes down to Psycho Bob is like that's Vegas. So that's me being like, cool, as a true kid that's seen this shit, this is how fucked up my city is, and y'all still want to come here and see this. Or hell, there's even a song about cocaine. I watched everyone around me have some relation to cocaine for a little bit, and I'm like, y'all still want to come to my city and party? Y'all still want to do this and this and this? Like, really? Vegas is not this kind of place.
Dude, it's like, is there a really big trill scene there?
Actually, I found out yes, there are trail kids here. There are lane sippers in the city. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm sorry. My culture is not supposed to be like this. But a lot of them get it. They listen to Chop and Screwed. They ride slab. If you don't know what slab is, the candy paint, big ass 22 spoke rims, old schools, Caprices, Caddies, L Dogs, Eldorados, Pony X, lifted. Look like, as we say, these dudes put more in their cars than they do their relationships.
Yeah. And one of them's not going to run out on them, so you know.
I mean,
so like you've got your peoples there that you hang with, and like you've been doing spoken word too, and like you're doing performing and everything.
So there are open mics and it is them poetry, but I'm doing a spoken word to bars. I've done Del Webb, and Del Webb actually got me a really good reaction. Just because I was like, let me just prove I'm a rapper and just do some rapper shit. So I'm like, Del Webb, give you some just nice ass bars and shit. I did Rex Mortium, which is about drones and people dying, and some and really other fucked up military shit, and that worked out. And then it was like, cool, last night, Furnace St. Thomas, which is about the water drying up in Vegas and the murder rate going up in the city because the water is drying out. So, but it was a vibe last night because it was all dark. So, I mean, a lot of poets fuck with it. And I've been told, even though I am violent, they see it as pain. And I'm like, cool, as long as y'all don't see it as a threat, because most rappers that rap about shit I talk about see it as a threat. And I'm like, I'm not threatening you, but if the shoe fits, bitch, come fucking get it. But I'm not really rapping at you. I'm just preaching what I'm seeing around me.
I can't help how you feel. Like that wasn't your, that's their problem, dude. Your rap. It's like serious shit. It's not like I'm out with my homies. Like no. It's like we got a fucking problem and people are dying.
No. It's like, oh shit, bro, I'm out here drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it is political. Like I don't like being tied into politics as an artist, but I feel like, oh yeah, yeah, most definitely. I reached out to the Las Vegas Weekly paper here. I might not get a yes, but I got approached by UNLV to work with them at one point. So I'm like, feed you more dark shit as a fucking university, or I don't know what to do. It's like, cool, a professor likes my music. Okay.
It's fucking awesome. I think it means that your music is hitting people across all boundaries. Like people fucking fuck with it.
I can't see myself smoking a joint in just like rapping to a group of college students. That'd be awkward as hell for me.
You know what they probably were thinking? Like, hey man, maybe they want to study your musical process or like how you write or, you know, that stuff is very fascinating. It's almost like sociological.
I'm down. I'm just like, dude, okay, cool. What do you want? Uh,
Yeah, it's a huge deal, dude.
I'm I'm hoping fucking it leads to more, but I'm just every day is just we keep pushing like hell. I've been gone through and I've gotten people from DC that have been like, oh yeah, bro, I've heard your shit from Leslie. I'm like,
Huh.
you're in DC, thank you, but the fuck?
Dude, I remember when that album was about to drop and you did such a grassroots, like basically like reaching out to radio stations that you knew played the music and like just getting them to like, hey, here it is. And that is the work ethic that I really admire personally. Cause like the one thing about comedy music, until you really fucking hit it, you're an entrepreneur in the sense that you're promoting yourself, you're your own advocate. You got to make sure people see your shit somehow. So like to your credit, dude, one of the biggest things missing in a lot of creatives I work with is they don't have the fucking organizational skills or like know the business end of it. And you really impressed me a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm a street kid. I'm broke. I'm hungry. And as long as I'm broke, I'm like, I'm hungry. How do I make money? How do I take this?
You're going to eat for sure. Trust me.
I I kind of hate saying it like this, but like my street education prepared me for being for being a businessman because it's like, cool. I have this thing. How do I sell you this thing? Oh, you don't want this thing? Okay, how do I make you still buy it?
You're a salesman, a
Occasionally,
musical salesman.
occasionally it's like, hey, take this damn thumb drive. I want the fucking thumb drive. Take the fucking thumb drive. You will fucking love it. Call me in 2 days. Or it's like, hey, I just spammed your inbox like for 2 fucking months. Please respond to me. I'm not gonna leave you the fuck alone.
Yeah, man, and that's all it takes is one person to be like, all right, fuck it. And then it's like, you know, you get 17,000 streams on Spotify. Right?
Yeah, or you have a DJ, or you have a DJ like fucking like give you a yes, but be like, please don't email me ever again. It's like, yes, I will take your music, I will spin you. Don't email me ever again. I'm not gonna say what radio station is, but shout out Pennsylvania, thank y'all, Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania.
The whole state.
But some university decided like, hey, Mr. TempKnight, we appreciate you and your friends, because all of us have spammed them, sending us emails. We don't appreciate you spamming us. I was sending 4 emails a week.
I mean,
I mean,
I've heard of crazier things. Like a lady was an astronaut that drove across the country in a diaper to go see this guy that she loved or whatever. No, at least you didn't do that. That's a good marker. Always remember that TempKnight, you didn't do that.
I mean, so like, if we show up and we just like, we hold the radio station hostage and we're like, if you don't play this track, we'll get all of you high against your will. Is that?
I feel like that's like a modern day version of the movie Airheads with Brendan Fraser, but like with pop. But I see what you're saying.
I mean, that's still bad too, right?
It's valid. Dude. So it's got me laughing now. Wait, are you the comedian? Jesus. So going forward, like you're working on music right now. Where can we find your fucking music?
I am everywhere. I am on literally SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. I'm on like 30 plus things. Is Google LV Trill 432. Oh, if you're in Vegas, my license plate also is LV Trill. You can't miss it. I'm normally the Civic that's like 90 down the highway.
Nobody touched this man's car.
Oh no, I mean, if you steal the car, just wreck it. You steal it, just wreck it. Just trash the whole thing.
Dude. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'll put your socials up on the website when everything's done and ready. But
Hey.
No, dude. Like, is there anything else? Like, so I know streaming isn't streaming, but like, is there a way people can buy a physical copy of your music anywhere? No.
Yes. If you want a physical copy, if you want a deluxe copy, let me know. There are two versions of the album. There's the album on streaming, and then there's a deluxe edition that everybody got day one when it dropped. Leslie, you have a copy of this shit too.
Sure do.
These are all of the these are the instrumentals. These are the essays. These are a couple writing tracks. These are just random photos. These are just my thank you to every fucking body.
It's like,
And if
like
you
it's
want a copy of these, like, oh yeah,
it's like the package.
if you want these, I will literally send them to you.
Dude. So if
Oh
you're
yeah,
interested in that kind of thing, because obviously
just
I want you to get paid, in a way that's like more
oh
like,
yeah,
residuals. They just would go through your Instagram.
oh
Okay.
yeah. Hit me up on the IG. I will link it in the IG or the Gmail. I'm LV Trill God at LV Trill God at gmail.com. Hit me up. I take emails. I live in my inbox. You guys send me emails. I will probably respond to you. Unless you're sending me weird shit, then I'll just block
Unless
you.
you're emailing him
But
4 times
if
a
you're not
week,
sending me weird shit, I appreciate it.
right?
Yeah, like, I'm cool 4 times a week. Yeah.
Dude, if there was one thing that you told your
And
younger self about where you are now, what would it be? And
if there was something I tell, if there was something I could tell a younger TempKnight, don't listen to
little
people.
TempKnight, hey guy, um, you're gonna fucking be a fucking rapper that kills and crushes, and it has good morals and ethics, and is like a good dude, but also a fucking badass motherfucker. Is that what you would say?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd be like, also, don't listen to people. Like my biggest thing, I felt like that held me back from my art and just doing how music full force and what I wanted to. I listened to everybody be like, oh yeah, rap like this, make music like this, do business like this, and then at some point, the wife was like, do it yourself, and I was like, what? Fuck it, I'll do it my damn self. I guess I would, and then I kind of do it my damn self for a long
You're
time.
fucking happy, aren't you? Well, happier.
I mean, I'm I'm happier. Happy is subjective, but like I'm happy doing it this way than having someone be like, "Oh yeah, you have to make a song this way,
Kind of like
or you have to do
you did
this
it your
show."
way,
It's like
You
I
did it
can
Frank
go to
Sinatra style. Wow, fucking
yeah,
right.
I can go to work. I go to work now, Leslie. I go to work in the grow house, and then it's like, oh shit, there's a show tonight. I ain't got shit to do. Let's go to the fucking show and
Dude, a lot of people fight that
fuck it.
shit, and they fall into whatever, and they really regret it. So that's so refreshing to hear. Honestly, you know who you are, and you know what you're.
I mean, it sucks, yeah, and like a lot of it, I came from. I watched her hustle, and I was like, this woman is always practicing her craft. This woman is always fucking sharpening her sword, and I was like, it doesn't even seem like she's working, but she is. So it's like, fuck it, whatever she's doing, I need to start doing that shit.
Dude, I'm proud of you, man.
Like, I want to be able to drop bars the way you drop puns. I want to show up to I want to show up to DC, one of your puns, and just sit there and just take notes. Like, that was a dope line. That was dope. I'm gonna steal this line. I'm gonna steal this line.
Actually, the second time that someone has kind of like likened it to rap in that way, and like, because it's almost like battling in a little bit, because it's like you're up there, it's off the dome, it's
Oh
quick,
yeah.
it's and I mean, one time I really just this girl was like the topic was like office supplies. And she's like, yeah, my friend's really fucking sexually kinky. She
Okay.
likes it when guys bind her up. And I go, well, I also like, I think the bitch likes it when they fold her over too. And the fucking people went wild. And I was like, oh, I'm meant to be doing this.
Oh god.
It just makes sense that we would vibe and that we would like connect and make such great stuff because ultimately it's pretty much like we're doing what we want to do our own way.
Pretty much. And like
Yeah.
every single rapper that I fucking show PAFS has said Problematic has respect. Bring this woman to the studio, and I'm like, y'all trying to take a flight? Y'all want to fly with me real quick? Because
making me laugh. Problematic, for anybody that doesn't know, is my rap name. I think pretty awesome. And you were like, oh, when I told you, and you're like, oh, you've thought about this. It's like, of course I have. Like, I dreamt about this. Honestly, it was my first real, like, go at it. And, I mean, it can only be better after that. But, like, it was just such a thrill. And, man, thanks for taking a chance on me.
I want a comedy album. I want a Problematic comedy album. Please do one.
Okay. Well, you're going to be working.
I mean,
hard. You're going to be working still. Like, you're never going to get to go and take that break.
I mean, I'm like this. If I'm like this, I'm gonna work until I die. As long as I got shit to work on, it'll keep me sane. And I'm like, fuck, I'll take breaks. I'll get bored, but if I'm not in the booth or just working, dude, I'm dead. And I'm like, fuck it. I got time to live. Fucking grind and eat.
Dude, I feel that so hard. I'm of the same mindset. Like, dude, I work 8 hours and then I work on this 8 hours. Like, I spend the exact same amount of time doing my job as doing the job I want to have. So you got to do it. And like, this is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. TempKnight, the Trill God. Psycho Bob.
Hey.
On Spotify. Do you have anything else you want to share?
No, besides Rose Gold, Oleander, In the Works, Breakfast Citadels, fuck, 5 tracks, me, Rome's on it, I'm on it, Rome's on it, Shaw's on it, fuck. Shout out to San Antonio, they're on it. I'm gonna try to pull everybody I can on it, just give y'all a different vibe. I don't know what the fuck it's about. It's just called Rose Gold Oleander. I just fucking named it. I might rename it in like 2 or 3 months. We'll see.
Dude, you are a busy man. And I mean, if I was your wife, I'd probably kill you because you fucking do music all the time, you know? But, you know, you must make time.
I mean, yeah.
Man.
Oh no, I make time. Like Bad Betty, like again, Bad Betty is mentioned a lot in the bars because Bad Betty is normally sitting beside me, just like, I don't like that line. I'm not writing this line for you. Shush. For someone else.
Dude, she's very supportive, and that's awesome. Man.
Oh, she is, and I am grateful for her. That's the CFO. That's the cheerleader. That's the of the label that keeps up with me and all the others. Yes. And sometimes it feels more like her company because it's like, hey babe, can I do this dumb thing? How much does it cost? 300. We have rent due. It's a no, right? That's a fuck no. Okay, thank you. Hey guys, we can't do this. The boss said we can't do it. We have to do it cheaper.
Man. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this. And like, I would love to have you back another.
I appreciate this.
Yeah, no, it's like.
I appreciate this. Hopefully,
you know, a first of many. I hope so.
Hopefully, my connection's better because my phone is riding the struggle bus right now.
You skipped a little bit in the middle, but like, you know what? That's showbiz. I don't know what my next show is going to be. If it's going to be a sketch, if it's going to be 5 minutes of me doing puns, but it's going to be in this series, the Shadow Banter umbrella brand. We got about 13 sub-brands. Like, I mean, we're talking about game shows. We're talking about sketch. We're talking about poems, music. I'd love to have you come back and rap, or do spoken word. But either way, for those out there in the fucking metaverse, the Deadiverse, I don't want that. I already have too much credit card debt. I guess like the Red Dead Redemption verse, whatever. I'm not really on tonight, but don't use this as an indicator of my abilities. But like, dude, check back in because every week we're gonna have something different. Tons of up and coming comics, writers, dancers, maybe strippers. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna try. And I am just gonna say it, Mr. Tooth, the Tooth, 68 years young, British, originally from Florida. He is a motherfucking handful, and he lives here, although he doesn't pay rent, but he persists to squat. Yeah, so you guys will find out all about him, too. So, again, I'm Leslie Rodriguez. We got TempKnight, aka Jamal. He probably wouldn't say it that way, but, you know. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, your mom's backseat. I don't know. I might be there. But tonight is going to be diligently working on our next song.